Hey guys, it's the Welcome Matt bringing you a quick review of Roll for the Galaxy today, which came out in 2015, I think, and it has shot up the Board Game Geek ratings. I believe it's in the top 50 right now, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I am mistaken. But basically in this game, you're trying to build a tableau, you're rolling dice, and you're assigning your dice, and you are trying to basically roll for the galaxy, to control the galaxy of sorts, and I guess have the most authority over it or whatever. This game has a lovely, and you can't see all of it here, but see if I can show you a close-up here. Maybe better. There we go. Sorry, my camera's struggling to adjust. In the light, I'm giving you a new scene today. We're looking at things from my car. One of the things I do love about this thing is even on the little cue, which each player has, and you're going to be rolling your dice and selecting where they go in secret behind here, but it shows you the probabilities of what you'll roll based on the different die. And you can see there's 7 different kinds in the base game: home, military, consumption, novelty, rare elements, genes, and alien technology. And in this game, in your tableau, you're going to be building up, you're going to have different home worlds and technologies. The worlds have the circle symbol, and the technologies have the triangles. And those are the 2 basic kind of things you'll have. There's, I think, 9 different starting ones, and these come with 1 of each in the at the beginning of the game. And then there's a whole bag full of different kinds here. So, example, you can see here's a technology, but on the other side, here is a world. And these have all kinds of different abilities that let you add die, or when you produce goods, they do certain things, or when you ship goods from them. There are 5 basic actions that you are looking towards or using your dice for. You are either going to explore different worlds, and you're going to develop places, you're going to settle worlds, you're going to produce goods, or you're going to ship goods. And those are the 5 things you're trying to do with your dice. So every round you roll your dice, and there's these beautiful, well, the cups are okay. I mean, they're probably not that expensive, but they have the nice touch of the symbols on them. You can't see it very well in this light, but like there's a diamond and the eye and the good and the shipping. But let me show you these dice in here. These wonderful, beautiful dice. If I can pull them up real quick. So here's the bag. They are tiny dice, but they are beautiful colors, very vibrant, and they feel great. It does feel great to shake these around and in the cup and get a nice, good sound out of them, and then throw them on the table. But you're basically going to be doing that. You're rolling your dice, and then you're assigning where you want your workers to go on your tableau, which everyone has this little tableau here showing you what the different actions are. And everyone's going to have one of these showing you how much money you have, and you'll have a little guy that I have them right here in this bag with all the other tokens too, which represent victory points you can get in different ways. And you can have only up to a certain amount of money, but you'll be spending that money to buy new worlds and planets, and so you're always trying to balance how much money you have versus what you need to buy. And when you select an action, you can only pick one to choose from. So I could roll 1 of each die, but I'm only for sure going to be able to get one of these that I choose to say, I want to make sure that this action happens this turn, whether that's explore, settle, or produce. So you'll put the die on that corresponding one. And in the middle, I think it's in the bag here, but you'll have a tile for each of the different 5 things that you can choose from. And the one that you choose and your opponents choose are activated, but the ones that aren't chosen don't get used that round. No matter how many die you put on, for example, Explorer, if nobody flipped over this Explore tile, if nobody activated the Explorer by putting a die here, then you're not going to be able to explore. Now in the 2-player game, you also roll a extra white die that lets you choose another one to flip over, so that helps balance the game out a little bit for a 2-player game. But the more players you're playing with, the more likely you are to have everything going. So that definitely will factor into your strategy in this game. That is a really brief overview of the game. But I wanted to just, show you briefly kind of what it's about. There are tons of reviews up there already. if you want to go check out other reviews that may go into more detail. I really just wanted to dive into my thoughts and tell you why I am trading this game away. And I know for some people that is anathema, and I'm not supposed to trade away Roll for the Galaxy. How dare you, it's such a great game! And I will say that on one level I agree with you. I do think this is a great game. It is well designed. You can tell that the designers definitely worked on it hard in playtesting and polished it. It feels polished, if I could say it like that. I think the components are great. The cup, even though they're not like, the awesomest thing ever, this thing probably is going to hold up for a while. I mean, all it's meant to do is shake dice in it. So, and that's the only component I really was worried about. Well, maybe other than the screens. I mean, these are okay right now. I would be worried about extensive use over time. I only played this game 2 or 3 times, so it's hard to say. But for me, the reason why I'm trading this game away is that it just doesn't satisfy me. Like, in a game where you're trying to build a mechanic, and in this game you're trying to collect worlds or technologies, I think that's what they're called, and use one to build off the other so that they have powers that combo each other, and you're always, of course, being mindful of what your opponents are doing, and that's where a lot of the player interaction comes in this game, is mind guessing, like, what do I think they're going to do? How can I counter that? How can I play off of what I think they're going to do to help me the best? A lot of just your strategy will also change based on your dice rolls. There are certain powers that let you mitigate some of your dice rolls, and I think you're allowed to like mitigate one of them or something like that based on various circumstances. So it's not like it's a completely random game. There is definitely that, and you can mess your opponents up by purposefully choosing one thing and not others in some regards. But there isn't enough direct player interaction for me, especially, and I think this is one reason why the game bothered me. Not bothered me, but like didn't satisfy me, is because the theme is rolling for the galaxy. And I feel like if you are trying to control the galaxy, it's inevitable that you're going to have more conflict. I mean, this game, even if you're like commercially trying to control the galaxy by having the greatest economic superpower, by importing and exporting and, really just controlling things and having a grip on the galaxy, there should be more take that elements, and that is not really something you get in this game. Now, I will say I did try playing this with a few variants on Board Game Geek, which you can search there for people who, like me, felt like the game needed more direct player interaction, if I can use that term without offending people. And I tried it with that, where you could alter shipping a little bit more, and production in particular. And I found that interesting. And there was even ideas thrown out there of using the red die, which I think represents military, like to conquer other people's worlds that they've already put out there. And I think if someone could find a balanced way to do that, that would make this game so much better. But the other problem I have with this game, even if you fix that, is that it's just too short for the theme. And some people are going to say, well, there's already other games out there like Twilight Imperium and now Star Wars Rebellion, and other games that give you the feel, Nations, Age of Empires, there's others, that give you the feel of building up this awesome civilization or having some kind of control on a massive scale, whether that's across the Earth or the galaxy. And I say, yeah, that's true. And they may say, well, why can't we have a shorter version? Because that's something, the market is lacking, is clearly more excellent games that do that on a shorter time span, because not everyone has the time to sit down and play Twilight Imperium for 5-6 hours or Star Wars Rebellion for 2-3 hours. And I say, that's true. But when I want to go into this theme, I want to be immersed. I want to feel like I really am rolling for the galaxy. And in this game, I'm doing so much time with upkeep, rolling my dice, moving my dice and assigning them, then completing the action, and then resolving everything at the end of the turn, and then moving to the next round or whatever. It moves so quickly, and for some people that is great, and I understand why. The game moves at a great pace, and when you're doing all your action behind the screen privately and simultaneously, it's fun because you get to decide in your head what you're going to do while your opponent's doing that, and there's not a lot of downtime. Like, there is virtually no downtime in this game, and some people love that. But I found it to be almost exhausting because although dice rolling is fun, it wore on me because I just felt like I didn't have time to rest and just, you know, I don't know. I guess I always thought I would love a game that was just like go, 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 go. And it's just not for me. Not at least because it does. I guess because I feel like just when I'm getting my tableau started and I'm really starting to build those combos up and figure out where I want to take my planets and my technology, the game ends. Because it's only a roughly 45-minute game. Almost regardless of how high your player count is, there's not a lot of difference in how much time the game is going to play. So that really bothers me, and that is why Roll for the Galaxy for me just fell flat. And I'll just, affirm again that I think it's a good game. I really do think it is. It's going to fit a lot of people's niche, and I could see that if they had a solo mode for this, that I would really enjoy it. I would love to, or maybe on an app to play against a computer. I think I could enjoy that. And the last thing I guess I'll mention is, obviously the thing with dice rolling in general, but because it's basically the only thing you're doing in this game, is, and some people are going to say, oh, well, the randomness is mitigated, and that's definitely true to a degree. But I can't tell you, like, even in the few games I played, how many times where it would just be so frustrating to just turn after turn, get terrible rolls, or not get what you were trying to do with your tableau. If you're trying to go for this one specific thing, and you're not getting to roll the die for it, even if you have those die, you're just not coming out with the right combinations. It can be really frustrating. And that's another reason why I found the tableau building system in this game so unsatisfying, was just, yeah, some games it will work out for you and it will go fine. And you have to react to what you get, but sometimes it can just, a game doesn't feel like I won or lost it because I always made the right or wrong choice. It a lot of the times felt like I lost or won because I may have gotten lucky versus he or she didn't get lucky this time. And I don't want my games to come down to that. Yeah, I want there to be some sorts of randomness, but more of a deterministic randomness, and not a randomness where randomness itself is what chooses the winner of the game. Now, you can have a long conversation about that, the different types of randomness in a game. Maybe another time, another day. But anyways, I wanted to get all my thoughts out there because I'm saying bye to this game, and I'll never have a chance to show it to you guys again. This has been the Welcome Mat. Feel free to leave any comments below. Tell me why I'm crazy for trading this away. And as always, if this review's been helpful or anything, let me know. And I look forward to seeing you guys again soon. Take care. This has been Roll for the Galaxy saying bye-bye.